listening to Mixed Results Pot Tots with Nick and Kevin, rolling dice, flipping cards, and diving deep into your favorite stories. Hey!
Welcome back. I'm Kevin with Mixamo 190, and my co-host.
Nick with Unexpected Results MTG, and our guest today.
I'm Voraxxadus. What's up, everybody?
Welcome in.
Voraxxadus.
Yes, sir.
A lot of you guys will know this familiar mug from Thursday night streams with Digi and the Tater crew, streaming some live Commander, but also as the GM for a Pathfinder game on Saturdays that he's been running. So glad to have you, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome in.
So we're going to start off with the simple Voraxxadus. We all know you by Voraxxadus or V, but what is your name and how old are you?
My name is CJ, and I am 34.
Right on.
34.
Yeah.
Okay. Younger?
Yeah, I know my age. Let's go. Born in 92?
91.
91. Oh, okay.
Yep. So I turned 35 this year.
Got it.
Nice. Well, CJ, where are you from?
Oh, man. Everywhere.
Okay.
I was born in Reno. I did a lot of growing up in California, but I've also lived in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Arizona, Utah, Texas, and Arkansas.
Man, you've
Wow.
basically seen the entire West Coast and a tip of the Midwest, essentially.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of moving.
And
Is there any particular reason to that? Were you a Navy brat or something?
No, my mom just liked to move around a lot.
where do you currently live?
I am currently in Bountiful, Utah.
Yeah. What made you decide to stop here, I should say?
So for the longest time, for about 20 years, the first 20 years of my life, I didn't know my father. And then when I turned 20, I sought him out and we hit it off, and I went to go live with him for a while, and they were like, well, hey, we're moving to Utah from Reno. You can come with us or, go back to California. And I was like, I'll go with you to Utah. We'll see how that works. And yeah, so I was here from 2013 to it was 2021, and then my wife and I moved to Texas. And then in 2023, we had our first daughter and decided to move back because her whole family lives in Utah. So she missed her family, and I'm kind of a nomad, so
You go anywhere.
yeah.
Home is where you make it. I don't have a
Yes,
particular. Right on. Well, it seemed like, with all the moving, life may have been a little bit chaotic growing up, but what was life growing up? Do you have siblings? What kind of activities did you do as a kid?
Yeah, so I have 2 sisters. I have many others because of a dual blended family type situation.
Mhm.
But 2 sisters growing up, and I mean, I did it all. Like I did BMX, I raced bikes, I hiking, camping, played outside as much and often as I could. I hated being cooped up in the house. And then all the nerd stuff that we love to do today, I did back then.
Where did you find the nerd stuff if you didn't like being like cooped up inside and feel like you had to be on the move, on your bike or roaming or outside? How did you find that?
So my stepdad Steve introduced me to it, and it was when I was 10 years old. So I've been playing tabletop RPGs, Magic the Gathering, learning about computer components to build computers ever since way back then.
Wow.
He introduced it to me, and I just fell in love with it. I couldn't get it out of my head when I was at school and kind of just took over, you know?
Yeah. Do you think that inspired you to start making your content? And when did you start doing your content?
Oh man. So I started streaming on the Purple brand. Back in the day. Oh man, how long ago was that? It was like 5, 6 years
Mhm.
when I first started streaming. And most of that was just video games that I happened to enjoy and stuff like that. I didn't do any MTG or tabletop RPGs because I didn't have this thing called friends. I was kind of a loner. So, yeah, so I just started playing games, trying to, make a connection with people and, bring some joy to some people and um but then I'd say about 6, 7 months ago, uh a previous guest on the show, Digital Samurai, my brother, he was like, "Hey, I'm we've been getting into playing Magic the Gathering here on tabletop. Why don't we, make content for?" Or he said he was gonna make content for TikTok, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a shot, see how it goes." And I haven't looked back. It's been amazing.
That's awesome.
Do you still stream on the Purple app?
I do not. I'm an affiliate on the Purple brand,
Oh, okay.
but I kind of just stepped away from it. I could probably go back and all that, but yeah, the community here on TikTok for at least the stuff that we do, the tabletops and all that, is amazing. Y'all are amazing. You're the best.
Yes, shout out to the community. So
Yeah.
it was more so you were on Twitch, um, just streaming because you were playing the games anyways, and then eventually you made Digi started making content and had this idea, and you just liked the community
Hmm.
aspect a lot more than the previous platform. That's kind of
Yep.
why you made the switch. That's awesome.
Hmm. I mean, I use TikTok to post clips and stuff from the Purple Brand days.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, once I started doing like Magic the Gathering stuff, it's just been skyrocketing.
It's a massive community.
Oh yeah.
Would you say it's more enjoyable too? Um,
Oh yeah.
Instead of playing the video games, you're having more fun doing the magic and the TTRPGs.
Oh yeah. 100%. The ability to have uh, the community come in and play games with us
Hmm.
is way more enjoyable than myself just sitting at my computer most of the time talking to myself.
See, and that was the next question I was going to ask you is when you were streaming games, were you playing with other people or was it just you kind of playing and talking in the chat?
Um, I guess both. A lot of times, Digi and I would play games together,
Got it.
especially Destiny 2. I mean, we were huge into Destiny 2. And then we did a couple streams of the Warhammer Martyr,
Hmm.
top down dungeon crawler.
Hmm.
That was a lot of fun. I mean, Borderlands is my all-time go-to. Like that is my series. But yeah, we would stream that, and then I would also do solo stuff. So I'd do that, the Binding of Isaac. Um, I did do a small stint of Arena on the Purple brand,
Hmm.
but I got away from Arena. I kind of just fell off with it. I've been meaning to try and pick it back up, but just haven't gotten around to it.
Get it?
It's a great place to mess around with, but do not spend money on that platform because you're not getting anything out of it in return.
Yep.
Right.
And the prices for the cards, like the breakdown, is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
like
yeah.
it's more expensive per card, I think, than Paper Magic.
For sure.
An arena?
And
Yes. Like if you were just, because I mean, obviously all the cards are quote unquote the same price. Like all your mythics are the same price because you just are, it's a wild card or whatever.
Mhm.
So if you break it down that way, like every card, so your 50-cent rare is the same amount as your $50 rare.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like you don't have that big swing, but it's like $6 per rare or something like that
yeah.
if you break
But
it down. So
this is the thing that Arena doesn't have.
physical,
Stuff I can hold and touch and
Yeah.
feel and
bring back physical media.
yeah.
Thank you, Xbox, for putting a disk drive in your new system.
For real though.
Oh, ridiculous. What do you do outside of content?
Outside of content, I am a father of two beautiful little girls. I mean, we just came back from vacation, so go to the lake. It's a lot of fun. But also, I have a longboard. I'll tend to, when it's not so scalding hot,
Mm.
I'll longboard the trail that we have out here, and let's see. Oh man, I don't do a whole lot. Just work.
Longboard the trail. Is it like
Yeah.
a paved trail?
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Yep.
expecting, like, I was thinking like hiking trail, and I was like, you
No,
have
no,
off road. You have one of
no.
those old school off road longboards. That's sick.
Dude, that would be super sick. I would totally ride one of those.
Yeah.
No, we have this place. The trail is called Legacy Trail. It's mainly like a walking or biking path, but I'll take my longboard out there and just cruise
It's a
for
long
hours.
stretch. That's
Mhm.
cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Girl dad.
Yes.
I
Yep.
came from a family of all boys,
Mhm.
and all of my cousins are all boys. So I don't know what it's like to have women in your household other than your mother. How is that?
It's hectic.
Okay.
It's hectic. Yeah, so I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old is just terror on two legs, man. She is a wild card. And then my 4-year-old is just as wild. The 4-year-old my 4-year-old is a little more timid. But yeah, my 1-year-old is fearless. She is fearless, dude.
Does she get that from her dad?
Oh, 100%. Oh, well, we were up at the cabin. Just got back from the lake, getting the fire pit ready for some s'mores. And she's trying to climb in the fire pit. I'm like, "Hey, listen, that's not that's not good. Don't do that. We don't need slow roasted baby." Like
Oh, it sounds like you grew up. You're raising a house full of boys there, man. That's the stuff me and my brothers were getting into. So maybe it's not
yeah,
a big difference. It's just kids are kids.
kids are kids for
Kids.
sure.
Yep. Other than Magic, what else are you interested in and spend your free time on?
Other than Magic, I mean, Pathfinder. I'm huge into tabletop RPGs. Pathfinder is a big proponent to that. Like that is the system I like to play.
Mhm.
Other than that, my wife and I really enjoy Pokemon, so we collect Pokemon cards as well.
Do you play Pokemon Go?
We did. We need to get back into it. And it actually might be a lot of fun with the girls to take them out on a walk, because my daughter Faye is super into Pokemon.
Mhm.
Her favorite is the Mega Charizard, the black and blue one.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's her favorite.
go take her some. I played Pokemon Go with my girlfriend. We did a lot of raid events, and you'd keep
Yeah.
going. That'd be fun,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and it gets you out of
Give
the
you some
house.
Yeah. Yeah.
both my nephews, both my brothers have kids, and both my nephews really love Pokemon Go. And every time I'm around them, they ask me to play it. So, and I hear it from them all the time. Couple tips: you need to make sure that you always have balls on you because they're going to get
Yeah.
very upset if they can't go walk around the neighborhood and go catch some Pokemon. But also, if you want to get out of it, you always go, "Oh, sorry, I don't have any balls. Like I have to go do Pokestops tomorrow. I promise I'll leave work early and go spin some Pokestops for you, and tomorrow we'll go." Huh?
Yeah.
I can't count how many times I would go see my brothers to go hang out with them, and my nephew would be like, "Can we go walk around the block and play Pokemon Go?" It's like, "Ah, sorry, bud.
Ah,
I
dang.
must have thrown all the balls today. We gotta stay here."
Shucks. I'm sorry.
Darn
Oh
it.
man.
I love it.
You kind of mentioned what initially sparked your passion for gaming, and all things nerdy was your stepdad introducing to you. But what in particular was there a moment like if you think back to when you were introduced to this to everything, what really grabbed you and were like, I I want to keep investing in this for the rest of my life.
Right. I would have to say after making my very first character and getting into the mindset of playing somebody else,
Mhm.
I really got into it. And then the world building on top of that. Because I'd read books when I was younger. Harry Potter was just coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading the Harry Potter books and I was like, oh man, it'd be so cool to have like a fantasy realm that I control like the author of this book kind of does. So yeah, once I was able to make my character and we started playing the first couple sessions, I got real into it and I was just never stopped.
I think TTRPGs is the gateway to real nerddom. Like
Oh yeah.
I think there was, obviously D&D has been around, TTRPGs have been around for a long time, but it wasn't something that I was aware of growing up necessarily, even though
Mhm.
I was, into playing video games, into Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and all these quote unquote nerdy things. But then once I found TTRPGs in D&D, I've just completely full blown dove headfirst into my adult life into all things nerdy. So
Yep.
it was like I was no longer dabbling in it here and there. It was just
Yeah.
full on in.
No
So
no more pinky toe in the water to test it.
Yep.
Yep.
no, and I'm glad that it's getting more of its like mainstream
Oh yeah.
acknowledgement, and you got Critical Role making animated series that are amazing, and a lot more people are playing TTRPGs now and having a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
fun.
for sure.
Yep.
For sure. And I've played so many. So many different systems.
You talked about video games and how you played
Mhm.
Destiny 2, Binding of Isaac. What are your top 3 favorite video games?
That's rough.
We did 3 because it's a lot easier than just one.
And you can pick a franchise, like
Yeah,
you mentioned Borderlands, so you
Okay.
don't have to pick
that could be
one of them.
correct.
Yeah, for sure. One is definitely going to be the Borderlands series.
Okay. Mhm.
Love that series. I love the humor of it. Um, the character development they have for it. It's just good. And looter shooters. I mean, they're
Mhm.
just great. I would have to say another one. These two are going to be a little bit older, but I have extremely fond memories of them. Um, One of them is the very first 4-disc game I had for my PS1, and it was The Legend of the Dragoon. It is not a lot of people know it,
No.
but it's pretty obscure. But it was a fantastic game. It was a turn-based fantasy RPG, kind of like
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII. It was also a 4-disc PS1 game, but
Wow.
it was so great.
That seems like a
Um,
game ahead of its time for PS1
yeah,
having 4 discs. Like I remember having tons of 2 discs for PS1, PS2, but 4? Wow.
yeah. It's so funny because like you would get to a certain point of the game, and it would go to this special screen, and it would say,
Insert
"Don't
disc.
turn off power. Insert disc number 2." And so you'd insert disc number 2, and it'd immediately pick up. And it was the coolest thing back when I was a kid. I was like, this is insane.
That's
Because like
awesome.
I played, you know, Crash Bandicoot, and which are all great games
Mhm.
still. And but that one, it just gripped me. Like, oh, that's so cool. A 4-disc game that's so long that I can't just like beat it within, you know, a few nights.
Yeah.
And this is
Um
back when games didn't have like end game functions where you could continue playing the game
Yeah.
after you beat it. It was just like start all over.
yep. And then my last one is an old PC game called Majesty.
Haven't heard of that either.
It is you can get it on Steam, so if you ever want to check it out. But it's the Fantasy Kingdom sim.
Okay.
So the whole point of it is you're the king of this realm, and you have missions that you have to do. Like one of the hardest ones, and I still find this one hard, is it's called Deal with a Demon, and you have to within 30 days get 100,000 gold, or you lose. And it is extremely hard
That's
for
very
a quote unquote advanced difficulty mission. But it's fun. Like you get your guilds, Rangers Guild, Rogue Guild, Barbarians, Warriors, Wizards, Priestesses, Priests, and they just go out and do their own thing. You just make sure that you have enough people, and you place your little bounty flags to try and coax the AI into, or the UI to into going and completing that specific thing.
cool.
It's so fun.
How old is that game?
Oh boy. Well, I remember playing it in the late 90s.
Okay.
So it's at least, you know, like 20 years old.
So it sounds like you also were playing PC and PS, PlayStation. Are those your main consoles, or did you ever play Xbox?
So I had my own PlayStation 1 in my room with my own TV and everything. My dad, Steve, had a computer that he built. So any of the computer games that I played, we usually played on his PC.
Mhm.
And then when I got a little older, I had buddies that had the regular Xbox, the Gen 1 Xbox, that we'd go and have our LAN parties playing Halo.
Yeah.
And then I bought the 360 myself when it came out because I was working, and I was so ecstatic to pay for it myself. And then from there, I bought the Xbox One, and I have the Xbox Series X, the refrigerator.
Yep.
And then
Cool.
I eventually was able to build my own PC with the help of Digi. He graciously donated a spare PC that he had, and I eventually was able to build my own in the interim. But
Very
So fun.
cool.
So fun building your own PC.
oh yeah,
I didn't have fun doing it. I didn't have fun
I
doing
did.
it.
I did.
I hired my friend to do it. I said, "Hey, here's my budget. I need you to order all the parts, and I need you to come to my house and build it."
Yep. I had so much fun. In fact, I built my wife's too.
Really?
Oh, nice.
So we have a little yin yang. Mine's black with green and hers is white with blue.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that is something that I'm hopefully doing here in the near future is upgrading this piece of junk. So
Heck yeah, dude.
you mentioned Xbox LAN parties, and
Yep.
one of my most vivid memories of gaming growing up was those Xbox Halo LAN parties. What is your most vivid video game memory?
Vivid video game memory. Um, one of them would have to be when before I found out I was anemic. I was running a pretty heavy fever and I couldn't go to school. So my parents just let me stay at home for it was like 2 or 3 days that I've had this fever. And they were just like, okay, well, try and relax, take it easy. And so I'd stay in my room and play Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. And those were some pretty vivid memories. And my sisters would come into my room, and they're a little bit younger than I am, and they would play with me. We'd switch games to like Mortal Kombat, and we'd play some Mortal Kombat.
I have vivid memories of my brother brutally beating me to a pulp in Mortal Kombat with the same low jab combo over and over and over again with Sub-Zero. I just go,
Yeah.
Love it.
You mentioned that you're anemic.
Yes.
Sorry to hear that. For our viewers who may not know, what is being anemic and how's that kind of affected your life? And what are some things you have to do in order to kind of keep that in check?
Right. So anemia is a iron deficiency in the blood. The hemoglobin can't hold on to the iron. So what happens is if I don't have enough iron in my system, I'll spike a massive fever. When I first found out I was anemic, it's kind of a funny story. I was running a fever of 105.
Oh.
And for everybody who doesn't know anatomy all that well, 107 is when your brain starts to melt.
Yeah.
Because of how hot it is in your head. So what happened is I slept walk into my parents' room, around my parents' bed to my mom's side, and told her, dead asleep, "I'm sorry I chopped off your legs," and walked out. So all of a sudden, I wake up to my mom and my dad, Steve, burning sage over my body, like they're trying to get rid of an evil spirit. And they took my temperature. They're like, "Oh yeah, you gotta go to the doctor." And yeah, they were able to get my fever to calm down. And they told me, "Well, you can either take iron supplements, which is the easiest, or have a very heavy red meat diet." Also, quinoa is really high in iron. So essentially what I have to do is just make sure I eat a lot of high iron things or supplement it with iron supplements.
Yeah.
Have you, has it been relatively easy to manage nowadays?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to manage now. There are times where I will, randomly in the summer just spike a small fever. And then I just offset that by,
Yeah.
consuming more red meat or I have, just iron supplements and stuff, and I'll just take that and be perfectly fine.
How long would it take to like kick in? You would
Um,
notice.
Usually within like 4 or 5 hours.
Wow.
If I can catch it early on, like I'm like, I know what a fever feels like. Like I'm like, oh man, it's like 100 degrees outside, but I'm cold.
Mhm.
Okay, I gotta figure something out. And if I catch it early enough, I can, offset it pretty quickly. If not, then I'm out a day of work and don't want to do that.
Not with a wife and 2 girls at home. Gotta take care of them.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Well, you earlier talked about your stepdad teaching or getting you into video games, computer,
Yep.
magic. When around like what? How old were you when he taught you magic? When he got you into magic?
So Magic and D&D were like within the same week,
Mm.
and I was 10 years old. So I've been playing tabletop Magic for
23 years.
25 years almost.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And do you have cards from back then too? You still have them?
I do have some of my first cards. Some of the first set I got into, I think, was Apocalypse. So I still have some of my Apocalypse cards. I have some Invasion and Plane Shift. Those were all kind of right around when I started collecting. And then I have some of his older cards from Stronghold. I can never pronounce it, but it's the Masquerade one. Mercedian Masquerade, I think. I can't quite remember.
Arcadian Mass?
That one. I have some 6th edition. I have some 4th edition. I have stuff from Ice Age, all that. And then I have, newer and newer and newer and newer.
Do you have a certain card that brings you back to the first time you started playing Magic? For me, it's the Avatar of Woe, like Avatar of Might, Blood Pet, those kind of cards.
I actually do. It's Daragaz the Igniter. He's from, oh man, I have the card right here. He's a dragon from, I want to say Invasion. But he's a 6/6 dragon with flying. He costs like 7 mana. And he does something about when he attacks or deals damage.
You may
here he
pay 3 if you do choose a color.
Yep, choose a color. That player reveals his or her hand, and Daragaz deals X damage to him or her, where X is the number of cards revealed of that color. But he is a 6 cost, 3 colorless, a black, red, and a green. Daragaz the Igniter.
Okay.
But he was one of the Dragon Legends that came out around that same time. And there's the other ones. Oh man, I forget all of their names. They also have lands that correspond with them all too. And I have most of the lands. I have a lot of the signets that come for them as well. But yeah.
Nice.
Those are some of the cards that I enjoy. I love the old retro border cards.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, do you prefer the new gold border or the old green gold border?
I like the green gold. I like the old school.
Yeah, me too.
Even like just like the lands and stuff. Retro border lands there's something about it that's just simple yet elegant.
White border, baby. I love white borders.
Oh yeah, I have plenty of those too.
Do you only play Commander, or are you interested in other formats?
Um, for right now, I've only been playing Commander. I mean, I started back when it was only Standard.
Mm.
So, um, I mean, have probably the most experience with playing Standard. Dig and I have only barely gotten into Commander within the past 6 months. But saying that, it is the playstyle I have that has brought about the same amount of joy as the first time playing Magic.
Cool.
Interesting.
So it's re-sparked that, like, I don't like the word addiction
Yeah.
for it,
Hmm.
but like that
Passion.
feeling, that dopamine rush
Hmm.
is, it just brought it right back, and I couldn't stop. I'm
Can't
trying to
stop.
get my wife into it. Like I built her a deck, and I'm trying to teach her.
I love it. You what was it? Did you build her werewolves? Was it?
No, I built her Firelord Azula.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's right.
So her my quote quote my Firelord Azula deck is actually hers, and the card that she actually pulled that that Azula card.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
The like I forget what it is. The special art,
Showcase?
extended art,
Senator?
the showcase card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She pulled that out of a collector booster
Wow.
because I was like, we're going to the card shop. I want to buy some packs.
Hmm.
And she was like, "Can I get one of those Avatar collector boosters?" I was like, "Do it."
Yeah.
And
Hell
she
yeah.
pulled within that first pack. She pulled that one and the what's the Toph one? Uh,
Metal Bender?
Hellbender?
Earthbending Master. I think that's the one
Oh,
it was.
the green one,
Yeah.
the one from the Jumpstart packs.
They were also in the
Hmm.
collector packs too.
The Toph, the Earthbending Master, the one that gives the experience counters, is from Jumpstart. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
They were also
Yeah,
in collector
one of the tops.
packs.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Who is your favorite commander?
I mean, oh man. So Satoru holds a special place because that was the first commander deck I built.
Mhm.
So that holds a special place. But Muldrotha, I just love Grave Recursion, and Muldrotha is just so good
Mm-hmm.
at that. And uh, probably my favorite colors, black, green, blue.
Yeah,
Probably
sometimes
one of my
they're-
favorite. Probably my favorite. My color combination there. So yeah, I'd probably have to say Muldrotha. I mean, every deck I have probably has work that needs to get put into it, but you know,
Yep.
that's the nature of the beast. There is we're always constantly finding new combos or new synergies, and never-ending battle.
So a couple of things. I think that's where I like the dopamine effect of like you have your deck built, but then every set comes out and you see a card that can go perfect in your deck, and it's just so exciting to get it. I love that feeling. But
Oh, yeah.
also questions about that. So technically, we all know like there's the technical bracket system, but then there's the bracket system of how do you think it performs with the Muldrotha. What technically what bracket is it technically, and what do you think it is?
I'm guessing technically it'd be a strong bracket 2 or a weak bracket 3.
Okay.
But when I've played it, I mean, you can ask the taters whenever you guys join us. They don't like the Muldrotha deck because I built it as a landfall deck,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good at that. So it's got, it's got Mossborn Hydra, it's got Tatiova. It's really good at making counters on real big monsters. And then it also has Chroma's Memorial to just give them everything.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, I mean, it performs, and I just actually reworked it a little bit. So it's been performing really, really well. So I would say maybe it bumped it to like a mid 3 or maybe low end high 3.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's got no game changers. I don't think there's any like infinite combos or anything like that. And it's definitely not winning on turn 1 or 2 or 3.
It's just a synergy, though.
But it's just the synergy of it. It just works really well.
Well, also you're in the 3 greatest colors. We talked about that. That 3 color combination is the greatest. But you're in those colors, you're playing so many cards that are value cards. Like you just get value, and Madrotha extending your graveyard as another resource to play cards for more value. It's when I first really started playing Commander, like what was it? Maybe 15, probably 15 years ago. One guy in my pod had a nasty Madrotha deck. And it's just like, yeah, you just got so much value, man. It's like,
yeah,
you're going to deal with my stuff. I'm just going to replay it from the graveyard.
Yeah. And especially like the way I built it with it being a lot of landfall stuff. I put Azusa, Lost But Seeking, 2 additional lands, Loot, Exuberant Explorer, an additional land there. So it's just constantly getting lands from your graveyard, but also lands from your hand. And it just steamrolls.
That's awesome.
All the value.
All of it.
Give it to me all. Another Sultai commander I highly recommend for you and anybody else out there is Yarok the Desecrated.
Yarok the Desecrated. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, it's a 2 and green, blue, black for a 3/5 death touch. Whenever a permanent enters the battlefield and it triggers an ability of another permanent, it triggers an additional time.
Oh, so it's kind of like Ishin, but instead of combats, it's ETBs.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay, I like that.
Yes. It's one of my favorite commanders I've ever built.
I'll have to check that out because that sounds like a lot of fun.
You mentioned that we answered this, but we're gonna touch base on it. Back you got first introduced to TTRPGs, so we won't cover that again. But what is your favorite thing about TTRPGs, and why would you recommend someone playing a TTRPG for the first time?
For me, I have I would say an overactive imagination. Like I can, some people can do this, but they can picture things in vivid pictures. I can do that. And so whenever it comes to role playing something out or building the world or building your character, I can image that 3D into my brain and just I can see it clear as day. But it's, I would say, escapism, escaping the stresses of the world. But honestly, it's about being with your friends, having a good time, enjoying some laughs, enjoying some serious moments. That's what I enjoy most out of TTRPGs, is just being able to build upon a creation that you've done while also playing with your friends, your buddies, even new acquaintances. Like a one shot with some like a fresh brand new crew is a lot of fun, at least for me.
Yeah. I mean, when I played my first D&D campaign, my neighbor said like, hey, would you ever be interested in trying D&D? It's like, I've got a group that I'm trying to get going, and I knew one of them from like way back when we were kids, but we hadn't talked in like 10 to 12 years, and I became really good friends with all those people and kept in touch with them. So it's a really cool place to meet people and make some really good connections.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Another thing you said about the vivid imagination,
Hmm.
do you read slow? Like when you read a book, does it take you a long time to get through a book?
It does, but not for the reason you might think.
Okay.
I actually, if I'm reading in my head, I can, read a book pretty quickly. But what happens is my mind gets so sidetracked with visualizing it
Mhm.
that I will like skip over entire paragraphs and then have to go back and reread a bunch of stuff. So it takes me long, yes, but not because I'm reading slowly.
No, that's my exact problem is I'm so busy building the scene and building what's going on in my head that I kind of will forget that I'm actually reading words as I'm building the scene and be like, oh, wait. I have to go back and keep continuing to build
Mhm.
this scene.
Yep. Yep.
So that's what
100%.
it's funny when you mentioned that. I was like, I wonder if he has the same issue when he's reading, where he's spending much more time building the world in his head and having to go back and reread and to continue to do that. Because that's what I do.
Yeah. That 100%. That is what happens.
What is your favorite thing about TTRPGs, and why would you recommend it?
um I'd recommend it to everybody, honestly. Like it's such a fun thing to do, and it's fun for your imagination, but it's fun to like challenge yourself to try and
Hmm.
play somebody that's not you. A lot of the characters that I build, I do have, I have my funny ones, I have my silly, goofy, ones. But a lot of the ones that I have the most fun trying to play are my stoic, more serious
Hmm.
characters because it's not the norm for me. Like I'm a pretty outgoing kind of goofy guy. So yeah, I would say I'd recommend it to everybody for the fun of it, like the community of it, but also as like a good challenge for yourself to try
I think
and play a role almost.
I think that's something that gets mentioned and talked about, but until you try it, you don't really understand it. But
Hmm.
the ability, say you're not a extrovert, you're not a very outgoing, lighthearted person, you are that more serious person, but you've always wanted to take life a little bit more lighthearted.
Hmm.
D&D is the perfect place to be that person, to see what it's like to live in a world where you're not taking everything so seriously and you're just being,
Mhm.
having fun. You get
Right.
to play a character that isn't you. You get to escape the reality of you sometimes, and that will also hopefully teach you lessons in your life to maybe let go of some of the rigidness, or the opposite if you're not rigid enough and you need a little bit more structure. So I think it teaches a lot of lessons through character exploration also.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
uh you've been, like we mentioned earlier, you've been GMing for this Pathfinder game on Saturdays, and you've joked around about it a couple times, talking to people in streams that you're a forever GM. Uh,
Yeah.
but how long have you been GM for? How long have you been GMing?
So I was the not the first GM for Dig, but I was the second, and we had a group of friends through work. We all met through work pretty much,
Hmm.
and I was the GM for that. So I would say I've been the GM for 8 years. Um, and it's almost exclusively been Pathfinder. We've done, I think, one 5e, and then we did a Starfinder, which is Pathfinder's or Paizo, the creator of Pathfinder, Paizo's version of Spelljammer.
What is
But
Spelljammer?
it's more.
Say that one more time.
What is that Spelljammer?
Spelljammer. Oh, that's so Spelljammer is it's another part of D&D, but instead of being on, say, Ravenloft or Dragonlance or the Forgotten Realms, Spelljammer jumps from each realm.
Oh, okay.
So they have these special ships, and they look like your run of the board galleon pirate ship type ship. But they have these huge like wings that come off of it and from the top and bottom, and that collects magical energy through the realm, and it is able to push the ship through planes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I've been the GM for about 8 years, and it's been fun. Like I joke about being the forever GM. Like every GM does it.
Yep.
But it's really enjoyable. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to GM with the Pathfinder game that we have. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Who part of your GM story? Who is your favorite character or NPC you've created?
Oh man, I've played so much, you guys. I've played so much. I guess I can break this down in a couple different ways. So the first character I made is still probably one of my all-time in at least like the top 3. His name is Maxwell Frost. He was an orphan boy, a redheaded orphan boy. He's a fighter, and he was adopted by my parents' characters. Deacon Frost and Katara Frost. And Deacon doesn't go by Deacon, he goes by Blade. So
Cool.
My dad's character, Blade, was a half vampire. And he got his serum from Elmister. But I've kind of included my character in becoming a half vampire. So now I bring my first character into a lot of the stuff I'm GMing. Yeah. So Dig knows, but there's a multi-dimensional tavern called the Double Dragon. And it has a chance to pop into whatever city they're in. And it is helmed by my first character.
Cool. Love
that. I mean, top 3 definitely for sure is my first character. He is a lot of fun. I mean, he's a regular run-of-the-mill fighter, but fighters are feet goblins. Like they just all the different feats, two weapon fighting, all that good stuff. And he is an exotic weapon user of a double bladed sword. One side is ice burst, one side is flame burst.
Cool.
And he gets like he's like 25th level now, and he gets like 9 attacks a turn. It's ridiculous.
So cool.
Oh yeah,
People,
it's great.
this is why it is sometimes cooler to GM than rather be a player,
Mhm.
because you get to put these cool little Easter eggs for yourself in the story, and even if the players don't know, you know, and
Yep.
it's meaningful to you. It's really really cool. I love that.
For
Yep.
a little for Nick, but I did little one shots, battle royales on my channel, and the character like introducing all the players in is my first original D&D character.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. That's
No, it like
cool.
you said, it's one of those little secrets that I love. It's something that, yeah, a little
That's
Easter
awesome.
egg. Oh, it's really fun.
And when you're a GM, it's like you're sprinkling a little bit of your
Mm-hmm.
experiences throughout the whole realm. So like you get to bring in, past encounters and stuff. Maybe it's before your character encountered that encounter, or your old characters, or even some of the old NPCs that you ran into as
Yeah.
that character.
Ah, it's so fun.
It is.
Do you when you GM, do you go all in and like switch voices too, or do you just stick with your voice because it's easier?
I try.
Okay.
I try. I'm not the best. I'm not a voice actor
Uh,
by any means, but I try.
mm.
I try and switch up how I say some words or things like that.
At least the tone you change.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
that's
I
fun.
try and talk a little lighter if I'm playing a female NPC, or a little gruffer if I'm playing an orc. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Awesome.
It's not as easy when you're not a voice actor. So
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I hate forgetting your accent or the tone in your voice from session to session. So many times I went into a session and people are like, your character has got a different accent this time. It's like, I don't remember what I was doing last week. Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's even bad when it switches in the middle of you talking
Oh
as
yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
character. They're
Oh
like,
yeah.
wait a minute, hold on. You were talking like American accent. Now you're British. What's happening here?
Forgot I was supposed to be British this entire time. I'm sorry. uh, what is one of your favorite moments or a story from a campaign you have run?
From a campaign I have run. Oh, there, and these are always like the most like hitting moments.
Mhm.
It's whenever a PC dies. And one of the moments, our friend Dren was playing a character of the same name, Dren. He was a half orc blood rager, which in Pathfinder, a blood rager is a hybrid class of a barbarian and a sorcerer.
Okay.
So your rage powers are augmented by your bloodline powers of your sorcerer. So if you choose, say, draconic, whenever you rage, you get dragon claws,
That's
and
sick.
at higher levels you get a breath weapon,
Oh.
and at higher levels you get the ability to fly when you're raging. So, but in the campaign Strange Aeons, it starts out in an asylum, and you have no memory of who you are, how you got there, anything like that, until they go to the dream world and they search out this man called the Mad Poet. And the Mad Poet is the author of the Necronomicon, which is the book they're trying to find the person who stole their memories. And Dren received his memories back, and apparently he was a real douche when he was like in his backstory. He was just like the worst. He like sold his sister into servitude, all just to gain more power, all that stuff. And he was like, okay, you gave my memories back. Now I'm going to fight you because that's just what I do. And the Mad Poet is an outer god of the H.P. Lovecraft mythos. And he disintegrated him from existence. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this character sheet. I'm gonna level it up as they level up. And he now works for Hastier, the Yellow King, who is also of the H.P. Lovecraft mythos. And I reintroduced him when they were at the very end of book 5, about to fight the Husk of Zamandur. And I reintroduced him as a corrupted version of himself. And the realization of everybody was, it just, chef's kiss. It was so good.
Again, great job as a GM, putting in a little hidden Easter egg that nobody knew about, and then bam.
Yep.
And
Surprise
waiting to see everybody see it click.
Yep. Oh,
Now
it's so good. Just jaw drop,
Mhm.
everything. It's so good.
Now, as a GM, you did mention a PK, essentially, and that is always a little bit tricky, I feel like, and a lot of people don't know how to handle it as a first-time GM.
Mhm.
I hear you all the time going into a session hoping that you're going to get a PK. How do you
Yep.
handle those situations? And like as a GM, how do you prepare your players for that kind of reality?
So I guess a good way to prepare is prepare your party would be to constantly push them to that, like, one health point away type deal. Push them to that extent, because it shows them, oh, my character can absolutely bite the dust here, even though I'm swinging, 6 attacks at plus 30. I'm looking at you, Dren. You're not in here, but I'm looking directly at you. um, but honestly, it is really hard to prepare your players for that, because they put so much time and energy into that character that they are extremely downtrodden when that character inevitably falls. At moments like that, at least with the 2 that I've had in this campaign, they were more or less planned on, right? So the player would come to me without, just DM and say, hey, like, if my character bites it here, I'm okay with it. The first character that fell in this Strange Aeons campaign was actually Digit's character. He got, apparently, in his past life, before losing his memory, he got rid of somebody in cold blood, and that person became a revenant, which a revenant is a type of undead that seeks out the person that destroyed them and seeks them out mercilessly. And so Dig messaged me and was like, hey, like, I'm totally cool with this character not being anymore. And I was like, all right, cool. This thing is going to beeline straight to you and rip you to shreds. And that's what happened. And everybody else was like, what just happened? Like, I can't believe this happened. But Dig was like, I'm totally cool with it. Like, the character, I was getting bored with the character. And that, a lot of time, is what kind of drives into that. is the PC is just ready to move on to the next chapter in creating a new PC. But if it's totally like nobody knew about it, nobody's come to me about it, it's super hard to like prepare them for that.
Yeah.
And all I can really do is, if a character does fall, there has to be this somber moment. They have to do their whole burial and all that, and let them role play that out, because that adds on to the story, but it also adds on to the severity of what could happen.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people going into D&D with really kind of baseline knowledge kind of treat it like a video game.
Yes.
And expect like free respawns, and that they can take really high risks because hey, we're all here for fun. That's no way the GM is gonna PK me on the first session. But that is one thing I think is great about D&D, is that harsh reality is you may be playing a fantasy tabletop game, but in this game there are real stakes, and there is a point, there are certain things put into place, certain systems to help you regain to stable in certain situations. But like you said, it adds so much more levity to the whole scenario when someone actually falls. And are you putting your focus on your comrade who has fallen to try to get them back stable and up, or are you focused on the task at hand? Like, are you seizing the moment and trying to finish off the foe, or are you doing everything you can to keep your party together and leave? Like, those are really important decisions, and really cool story building decisions as well. And if not, you get to play a new character.
Right. And honestly, like, at least for me, creating characters is some of the most fun.
Oh yeah.
Coming up with the backstories, coming up with their flaws, and sussing out like how you want this character played is a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, I love the development of the player too, especially after you're building your character, start the first session, you're getting accustomed to your character, how are they able to react, what they would do in scenarios, and then every session you're getting more used to it. And that's where it also, when it comes to those moments where your player's about to die, that makes it also so much more important and memorable. It's because you're so attached to your character. You get attached.
You do, honestly. Like, you get so attached to the characters you make because you put so much thought behind it. You don't want to see them fall before a lot of their backstory comes out.
And for anybody who is hesitant on, the whole, or, against the whole PK system, and don't think there should be PKing, or at least, try as little as possible. If you haven't watched them and you don't know what's going on, you don't need to. You just need to go to the Critical Role campaigns and go to the shorts they've made of when their players have fallen and watch the entire table's reaction.
Yeah.
And how they feel. And where else can you get that? Like, yeah, you can get it kind of watching a movie, but you're not the actor in the movie playing the character. So just go watch those moments, and it will change your opinion on PK. And you won't get mad when your DM PKs you.
Yep.
Create special moments.
Yeah. Now another thing though, like, there's the PK, but then there's the TPK.
Yeah.
Now that's something you have to kind of negotiate around, because a TPK is it is a serious thing. It can happen. But what I like to do is I have a little home rule, and you guys are able to use this. Anybody who's watching who's a GM can use this. It's called the dream sequence.
Okay.
So what happens is if there is a TPK, then one random character out of all the players will wake up the night before from a nightmare, but have all the memory of what happened of that TPK event. So they can kind of
It's like Final Destination.
go into it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
A little
But there's
premonition.
only one per campaign.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So when that happens, do you replay the whole situation?
I
just
allow
ask
them
what
to
the changes were?
I allow them to either go at it again, but with the knowledge of, the previous night, or if I give them the choice of if they want to try something completely different.
That's a cool idea. That's really cool.
It's like if you just completely walk into an impossible fight. It's like you walk in and you just get absolutely obliterated. It's like, well, we can't
I'm going
do
the
that.
wrong way.
But if you get close, maybe let's take the risk and do it again.
Yep.
Just have a little bit better strategy. I like that.
Yeah.
Part of the TPKs and those rules, would you say that's the most difficult part of being a GM, or what would you say is?
Honestly, like TPKs and stuff, like I can navigate around PKs, TPKs. I can navigate around that. That's but I've been doing it for, so many years now. Honestly, some of the hardest things is when the party itself throws you an absolute curve and they don't derail the campaign, but they think of something so off the wall that would actually work, but isn't in the campaign. So trying to navigate around that is sometimes more difficult than dealing with any PK or TPK.
Like there was no prep in the book for this. There was not even a realm in my head where I put that scenario into play for it to happen. And now this next hour or two that I did have planned, I have to quickly come up with an answer.
Yep.
How
It's like, oh man, now I have to research of what would happen and put that into effect. All on the fly.
10-minute break. 10-minute break, guys.
Yeah.
Part of being a GM, I have a question. How difficult is it when you're trying to lead the players in a certain direction, or you give them plenty of hints, but they're not taking it? How difficult is that?
Man. Okay, yeah, that is. I wouldn't say frustrating because I put myself in their shoes. Like, if I can't figure it out, then I'm like lost. Like I start circling the cage. You know what I mean? What a lot of times what I'll do is there are like some of the internal puzzles and stuff like that. I could say like, oh, there's who can read this language? Okay, your character can. There's something so minutely written or carved in the wall that you didn't see it before. But now that you're, I'll try and throw in some of that, or an NPC is nearby and they overhear him talking, or sometimes I'm just like, okay, look, guys, this NPC is just like, hey, how about you try that lever there?
Or it's like you're in your room at the tavern and a note slides under the door and everybody in the room ignores the note, and it's like, Why else would
Yeah.
there be a note sliding under the door, guys, unless you needed to read it?
Yeah, at that point, I'd just be like, all right, look, the note levitates in the air, opens itself, and then speaks to you.
Like it.
Uh, you mentioned the dream sequence as a homebrew rule. Do you
Mhm.
have any other homebrew rules, or is it all kind of by the book?
Oh, I am all for homebrew rules. One of them is the critical fumble, the critical fail. Everybody, we've all experienced it.
Mm.
Natural one is the bane of our existence. Um, what I have done is, it's actually from another podcast I've listened to, but it's a Pathfinder podcast. They utilize this thing of if you roll a natural one, but you have more attacks than just one. So if your base attack allows you to have 2 attacks, then you can essentially treat it like a critical hit, and you have to roll to confirm that miss. So if you roll a natural one, that's an automatic fail. But instead of just rolling on the critical fumble chart, you roll again, and if you would have hit on your second roll, it's just a miss instead of having to pull that critical fumble card.
Okay.
So for me and Kevin, we're not very familiar with Pathfinder.
Yes.
There isn't a critical, quote unquote, critical fumble chart for D&D. So what
Mhm.
is critical fumble chart?
So critical fumbles are at least in Pathfinder, if you fumble on your attack or anything like that, there is a deck of cards that usually, if you're in person, you would pull the top card, you'd read, all right, there is slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, and then magic fumbles. And it just gives you an adverse effect. One of the magic ones is your spell explodes on you instead of leaving your hand. So it deals damage to you. There's one for melee attacks where it's you miss so wildly you hit an adjacent ally.
Mm.
So it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that's always tough for the GM in the moment to kind of make a decision of what happens when you roll a natural one, because in D&D it's like that's what you have to do as the GM. It's like, okay, well, do I have them disarm themselves? Do I have them hit another opponent? Do they miss and their sword is now stuck in another object and they have to spend a turn to get it out? Or, and that's kind of sometimes the difficulty from player to GM. And it's like, why are you giving me such a harsh penalty
Yeah.
for my critical fail, where this
Right.
kind of leads it up to chance?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it a lot more than just like making something up, because as you said, like your players will be like, oh well, his is only he just missed and threw his sword across the room, but mine was I slipped, fell, and stabbed the toe of my partner. It's like,
So
why are
like,
you treating me this way but not this guy? What do you have against me? Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly get it. Like, you don't want to show favoritism when dealing with stuff like that, because then, that creates animosity between your players and yourself, or your players and the other players. But yeah, the card system for Pathfinder is really good, but there's also hundreds of websites that'll give you a critical fumble chart that you can just roll on. D100, it comes up with a random fumble.
Like that.
That's really cool. What is your prep process for each session?
So we play on a website called Foundry, and that's our virtual tabletop. And so what I'll do is, with the week beforehand. So we play on Saturdays. The week beforehand, I'll go through, I'll add the maps, I'll wall out the maps, I'll add all the encounters they'll have, all that, and then I'll read through that section of book. So I don't have it memorized, but I have kind of like the Cliff Notes version, just like stored in my head. So like if something's in a room, I can be like, okay, I remember that. Scroll to the page that it's on. Um, so I'll have the virtual tabletop on the screen that's right in front of me, and then on this screen over here is where I'll have the books, a separate map, because I take all the tagging and stuff off the maps that they see. I'll have that map on the sidebar so I can see what section they're in, what page I need to be on. Um, and then the day of is I'll pull up TikTok Live, I'll get that all set up, and then I'll have all my stuff open and ready to go. I'll have my dice ready and just go from there. Doing it on a virtual table takes a long time. For one section of the book, I can spend like 3 days walling, mapping, and all that. But if I was to do it physically, I would have, my laminated mat with dry erase markers, and I would just draw it and all that. So it was easier to do it back then when I had, like the physical mat, and we'd all sit around my dining room table, crack a few beers, and play Pathfinder. But on the virtual, it's a little harder, but it's easier to visualize because everything's illustrated.
Which for me, I have a hard time picturing things. Even though it's explained to me in detail, it's still hard for me to picture it. So I love the visuals.
Right.
I was gonna say how important. I know you do a lot of it nowadays on virtual, so you have these great websites to use and utilize. But how important do you think it is to have some kind of visual representation for your players if you're playing in person?
It's pretty important. And trust me, I'm not an artist. Like I know how to like draw the map out where it is, but I was never really good at making like, oh, this is a tree. Oh,
Mhm.
this is, a sarcophagus. So I actually got this idea from my dad. And what he would do is there was this old board game called Hero Quest. And Hero Quest, it's this big box, and it comes with the maps and stuff, but it also came with a bunch of small plastic model things that would fit just the same size map as D&D. So there was doors and sarcophagus and stuff like that. So it was a cheaper way of doing it than buying those custom map packs that have like the 3D walls and 50 stories and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would say it is pretty important because there are people who can't visualize it perfectly.
Yeah.
But also Pathfinder, D&D, other tabletop RPGs, Rifts, freaking Death Watch, stuff like that. They're not perfect.
Mhm.
Like, and so having a perfect playmat and stuff like that, and drawing everything out perfectly, and I feel like it doesn't need to be that. It takes away, at least for me as a GM, it takes away from the experience of describing everything.
Well, you're spending so much time prepping everything, and it's taken
Right.
away from the more creative process of the world building and presenting the world building in a way for your players.
Right.
Um, I think a lot of people are like, well, figures are so expensive, and the dry erase mats, those aren't super cheap either. Um, I started playing with a piece of cardboard with a drawn on grid and checkers pieces and change.
Yep.
So that can all, it's just nice, especially for combat, to have the physical
Yeah.
representation of it. And, that way, you can see it and then better visualize it in your head what's going on if you,
Mm-hmm.
have trouble with visualizing. But it can be
Wow.
as simple as that if you're a parent, and your kids are probably the age 4 to 10, they probably have tons of Legos in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, Legos are good too. So, it's, I do believe the magic of the imagination, and I do highly encourage people to imagine the world they're in when they're playing TTRPGs, but it's definitely a huge benefit to have some kind of physical representation.
Yeah.
What is some advice you would give a person who's a first time GM?
Um, that's a tough one. I would say don't take it too seriously. Like there's gonna be so many unforeseen variables that is gonna change the whole campaign. So don't try and like wall off your party to going one way. Um, and also the rule of fun. That is all time. That is the top rule in my games. If it sounds fun, it'll happen. Um, but yeah, just don't try to not take the world building and stuff like that overtly seriously. Have some play to it. Allow your PCs to add on to the world building.
Don't be such a rules lawyer, and
Yes. Yes.
allow some time for role playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kevin mentioned it earlier about, when your players aren't taking the hints of where you're trying to direct them into the story, you can't railroad them into the story, because then it just feels like they're playing through chapters of a video game and they're
Yep.
not
They're not making
living in this world.
choices. Yeah.
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 It is important to keep the story moving, and as a GM you want to slightly nudge them in the right direction
Mm-hmm.
as much as possible, but I think that's a huge important part. Like you said, have fun. I mean, you're also not going to make every player happy at the table, so you can't
Oh no.
worry about
Oh
trying
no.
to make everybody happy, and you just have to do your best with that too. So
Yep.
Yeah, and if you look at it as you're the narrator, but they're almost like the people writing it,
Hmm.
because their actions are the thing that is going to steer the campaign one way or the other, regardless of what you do to kind of railroad them. Because they can, they they can, they have the uncanny ability to take a campaign off its tracks. It is every campaign.
it sounds the way that you're saying that it's just a little bit too new though. Like it might be currently happening in a current one.
It listen. I'm not pointing any fingers, but there. I'm just kidding.
No, you
No.
guys have a great time, and I know. Just playing.
Oh, dude, it's so fun. It really is, and I recommend it to everybody. Try and play a TTRPG. Just just try it once. And if you don't like that group of people you're playing with, there are plenty, and I mean plenty of other people that would love to have you.
Yep.
Go to your LGS. Chances are they have some kind of drop-in D&D campaign
Yep.
that you can go in and just test out for your first time. And it's probably not going to be your typical D&D experience. There's usually going to be a lot of people at the table. But at least it gets you involved, and you can start seeing why those people are sitting at that table in the corner of your LGS every week with tons of snacks, and they're so excited to see each other every week.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like, at least coming from the virtual side, I may not see my players' faces, but I'm still just as excited to sit at my computer and play this game that we've come to enjoy. And
Mhm.
it's honestly the biggest compliment I get as a GM is them being excited to come back.
Yeah.
I think it was back for Spider-Man, when the Spider-Man set came out. I saw one of my old customers at my job. I used to work for a sports retail company, and he was opening some packs, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man? Like, I didn't know you were into Magic." He's like, "Yeah, I kind of used to play it as a kid." And he was just like, "But what are they doing over there?" And I was like, "Oh, them?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been watching them for like 20 minutes. Like, I don't need to be here anymore, but I'm just so fascinated." I was like, "Oh, that's the D&D group." And he's like, "D&D?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, you have your play?" And he's like, "I heard about it when I was like a kid, and I kind of always wanted to play, but I never really tried it out." And I was like, "Go over and talk to them, see if you can get a spot on the table next week." And, I think you would have a great time if you invited 3 to 4 of your buddies over for a couple beers one night, for 2 to 3 hours, and got to play D&D like once a month. And he's just like, I'm gonna do that. And I saw him like 2 or 3 weeks later, and he's like, "Dude, I've already got a game going." He's like, "I
Well,
started
and
talking to my buddies, and they all love D&D too. We didn't know."
yeah, that's kind of how it happened for us too. So Digi was in a Discord with our now group, and the main uh, the leader of the Discord channel was looking to get a game started. He's like, "Oh man, I've heard about it for so long, and nobody's been able to play and whatnot. But I really want to get a game together." And we're just like, "We've been looking to put a game together." So it happened just that fast. We were like kind of conceptualizing it at first, like, okay, yeah, let's get this together. And then the next week, they're like, "All right, so here's an entire Discord for it
That's
in
awesome.
our Discord server." They're just like, "Here you go. All right, cool. Well, I guess this is on now. I gotta work my butt off."
Look.
Well, I've been having a blast coming in on Saturdays and catching the campaign, and I know everybody in there is having a blast. So you're doing a great job, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing too, is like you touched it a little bit, is some groups play once a month, some groups play, twice a month. We're one of the rare oddities that plays every single week
I love it.
because we love the game so
Yeah.
much.
And unfortunately, that is going to be the harsh reality for a lot of the campaigns that you play in D&D,
Yeah.
is the struggle with getting a consistent game on a consistent schedule.
Yep. But when you do,
It's magical.
it's great.
Yes.
I miss it dearly.
Hey man, we might have to just, start up a new night.
We got something on plans that not a lot of people know about. So there, a little hint for the audience today. There is something brewing, at least on my end. I know, and I know Didge mentioned it on his side too. So we both got something brewing.
Yep. And we're excited. Getting into the rest of the podcast questions, just a couple more, and we're getting into more of the soft and squishy questions.
Okay.
What is the best advice you have ever gotten?
Hmm. Uh, this came from my dad. Just be myself. Like you can try and emulate everybody else, but that's it. Then you'll be one in one in a million, not one of one. And so, yeah, just be myself. And I've lived to it. Like I it's not that hard for myself anymore. But when I was younger, I tried to fit in, and it was to the detriment of myself.
I hear you on that. Growing up, I called myself a social chameleon. I did my best to
Mm-hmm.
blend in and act like or fit in with whoever I was surrounded by so I could be included or feel like I fit in, even though
Yep.
it made me feel even more like an outcast because I was pretending to be someone else that entire time. And I think
Right.
that doubles here as content creators. I notice that a lot of times, like, I'm not a super high energy guy. Like, at times I can be a really goofy guy, but I'm not like this really loud, super high energy. Blah. Like you see a lot of people on this platform, uh, you know, whether it's magic content or something else, that's just not who I am. And when I'm trying to do that in my videos, I find myself getting way more frustrated in the creation process. And it's like, oh, this isn't working. This is why can't I just say what I need to say? And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, because you're trying to convey this person that you actually aren't. And if I just like settle down and just kind of talk in my normal voice, things go a lot smoother.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
I love that.
What or who has been your biggest inspiration in your life?
Man. I'd probably oh man, it's so hard. I'd probably have to say like my grandpa. Grandpa, he's ex Air Force. He was Air Force for the Korean War, and he's just the most hardworking man. And I try and I try to be that for my family. Um, I pick up overtime whenever I can. I'm an electrician, so I'm you know it's hard manual labor, and people make jokes about it all the time, like, oh, electricians, they're pampered and stuff like that, and it's rough, man. Like last week I pulled 9,000 feet of wire, and it is rough. But yeah, my biggest inspiration would be my grandpa. All any one of my grandparents. My great grandpa, he was a farmhand and a logger in California, and he's super hardworking. My great grandpa on my dad's mom's side was a World War II bomber pilot. I actually have his bomber jacket,
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
and they're just throughout their lives they were just super hardworking. They're super family oriented, and that's kind of just how I try and live my life myself, with a splash of nerd in there.
Yep.
You got the good old qualities of, back in our day, we used to walk 10 miles uphill through the snow both ways of your grandparents.
Yeah.
but but
Yep.
the love for all things nerdy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
things that they would say, those are gonna rot your brain.
Yeah.
Well, we have one more question. While we're asking that, you guys, we're gonna go into questions from you guys, the chat. So start posting your questions there while we ask the last question. My phone just died, so I don't know what the last question was.
What I got it right here.
Thank you.
What are your plans and goals for the growth of your channel and content?
My plans are just post what I can, try and, just have fun with it. It's bad for me to say, I guess, but I don't see myself becoming like the biggest, content creator. I don't expect myself to make, an exorbitant amount of money doing this. I'm doing this just for fun. I want to bring joy to my wife, who is literally my number one supporter. She stops by every live and all that. I'm just trying to bring joy. I like to be happy. I don't like being sad or angry or anything like that. I just like to bring joy, and bringing joy to this community it just has its grips around me. I just love to do it. So for the growth of my channel, if it grows, amazing. And I think the last time I looked is when I just got back from vacation. I had 594 followers. And I want to say thank you from the depths of my being, all so very, very much, for coming by and supporting me as a Magic the Gathering / nerd content creator. And if it grows, amazing. And thank you again and again and again.
Thank you again for coming on and sharing your story with us and being so open. Some other things that people may not know is that you also love Warhammer and miniature painting. And I really still encourage you to, when you find the time, to record some of those videos for us.
Oh yeah.
But I think that is your mentality of your growth in your content really kind of shows through in your lives with Dig and your TTRPGs. Is you just want to hang out in good time, and you guys are so open to inviting people to come learn the game of Magic, to come hang out, just watch, or if they want to get a game in, you guys do your best to try to get everybody into the pod as much as possible. I know Dig has been working, with schedules and signups, so people can get an easier opportunity to get a seat. So kudos to you guys for really opening yourselves up to the community and just inviting them to come hang out and enjoy the stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
For sure.
I also shout out, and I love how you guys are doing it too. Nick invited me to play Magic, and we were just all co-hosting, which is, it's nice that it's not like on one screen, one live. It's nice that it's co-hosting, so then everybody else can still participate as going live, and people can join their chats and talk to them. It was really fun. I'd love to do it again, but I love the idea. How you do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And one of the biggest reasons we do the co-host thing is because Dig and I both stream from our PCs. So it's ease of use for us, but also like I feel like it brings more engagement to the game itself, because instead of being hosted on one live and then switching between, each person, you can see all four of us on screen. And you can jump between whose chat you want to be in and chat with that person and all that. And it's different. It's different from all the other games that I see get played here on TikTok. So for me, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity for you know, not saying you should join the game just to gain exposure, but I have followed many content creators or people who are just hanging out here in the community playing Magic, enjoying the game through your guys' games, whether I'm a participant or just a spectator. So I found other content creators or other people who are playing Magic by following you guys, like Mr. J. I know he's been in the chat basically this entire time. So, you know, there's a lot of people that I found through you guys. And if you want people to find you to play more games, it's a great opportunity to do that too. So,
Oh yeah.
And people you are following, it's nice to see them on camera. It's nice to meet, like Mr. J. I've been following him for a while, but I've never actually, I think, ever talked to him. But it's a good chance of introducing yourself and getting to know the community as well.
Oh yeah.
Even the people you already know, but don't fully know at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
And another thing with the co-host thing is, I feel like it's instead of just being, and again, it's, you know, the banter back and forth. It opens up the game to be almost like you're in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how if you're playing a pod in person, you're cracking jokes, you're trying to distract your fellow pod mates. And
you're making really bad Fast and Furious puns.
Oh, dude, no, they're not bad. They were amazing. Dude, I was laughing so hard at that game. That game was so fun.
Getting to some of the questions, Dig doesn't have a question but a comment. If you're interested in D&D, ask a group if you can sit and watch. Most any group is welcome to spectators. Fluffy Beard wants to know though, are you planning to try to get to any MagicCons next year?
Digi already said yes. Or he's trying to.
already did say yes. So it's a funny little thing here. I am 1 year away from graduating and getting my journeyman license as an electrician. And what my wife wanted to do was go on a cruise. But during this vacation, she was like, you know what? Why don't we go to Vegas for MagicCon? And I was like,
oh,
say less, dude. Let's go. So hopefully we will try and make MagicCon 2027 with Dig, and it'll be just an uproarious time. It'll be so great.
It's so fun. It was a lot of fun when Nick and I went, and so we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited to go a second time too, because last time we talked about it, it was more of us just experiencing everything, going to look at booths, talking to friends, and all that stuff. Where now we have a better idea about what we want to do and what time we should do, because we were also kind of bummed when we left, saying we didn't make much content through out of it. So
right,
where we played with Nuke MTG, and dude, that guy's got a schedule. First day, he goes through all the booths, goes through everything he wants to buy, all that stuff. He brings bracket 4 decks so that he can just zoom through games if he wants to. And then the next couple of days, that's when he sits down and plays more games with everybody. But also just seeing all the content creators is so amazing. It's awesome.
Heck yeah. Man, we're excited. We're excited.
We will not be getting there the first day at opening time.
Yep.
And getting corralled into a small hall like sardines after waiting out in the hot sun to get in. We're not doing that.
That was rough.
We are getting there when the doors open.
I think isn't Vegas gonna be in September, right? For next year? September or October?
No, because isn't that usually Atlanta?
They changed it up this next year, I think.
Vegas is August. 27th through the 29th.
Oof,
Ooh, it's going to be so hot.
This It's gonna be so hot, dude. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's gonna be so hot. Oh man.
I'm gonna need to bring like 20 fans and just hold them by my face.
Get those get like ones that have like the clamps and just attach them to your backpack straps pointing at your face.
You
I
seen those
have
bucket hats with the bucket hat with the fans facing down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah. I bought one of those DeWalt job site fans. I'll just
Yeah.
carry that around with the
Dude.
DeWalt battery on it.
Dude, there was people who bought their magic stuff in
LGS who
suitcases.
has a portable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I was saying there's a kid at my LGS who brings a little portable fan and puts it at the corner of the table when he plays.
Really?
Yep.
Gets intense. You start sweating.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Nick, to say this, but I'm super excited to play eventually in person with you guys. It's awesome to know that you guys are here in Utah and it's 30 minutes away. So I'm stoked. Sorry, Nick. I told Nick that we could get like an iPad or something and have him his face on
I'd
the
be
camera,
down.
and we'll just play for
I'd
him.
be down. He'll be like Sheldon that one episode of Big Bang Theory.
Exactly.
No, I'm gonna be like one of the VTubers going to all the award ceremonies and stuff. I'll be on a Segway with my head on it.
Yeah, dude.
You're perfect. Get him a virtual presence device. Yeah.
Yeah.
A hologram. Just make me Tupac up like on the.
Well, while we're waiting for more questions, we have our usual questions to ask. First one: pineapple on pizza. Do you like it or not?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
No.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the same thing for the reverse. So I don't like peanuts in my ice cream, and I don't like salty things in my ice cream, but I don't like sweet things on my pizza.
So you don't like the sweet and savory or sweet and salty mixture?
Not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
For like ice cream and stuff, like ice cream needs to be soft and velvety.
You don't want to crunch it. You don't want to chew it.
I don't want crunch in my in my ice cream.
What about your peanut butter? Do you like crunch in your peanut butter?
No. But I will say, for the sweet savory argument, peanut butter on a pancake with syrup. Oh,
I do my my
that's
French
kinda
toast
like cheating.
waffles with peanut butter. So good.
But yeah, no. Also, the wife is allergic to pineapple, so we kind of just ixnayed all pineapple.
Yeah.
Now, lasagna, warm or cold?
Which do you
Warm.
prefer?
I prefer warm lasagna.
Okay. I feel like I have to explain it every time we bring it
I'll
up.
explain it if you want me to.
No, it's
Oh,
just
are you talking about lasagna's cake?
No, Nick
no,
really
okay.
likes cooking lasagna and then just refrigerating it immediately and then eating it cold.
No,
It's crazy.
So this is the whole story. So the reason we asked about the pineapple on pizza, right? To one of our first guests, Not So Treasonous Ogre. And he said he likes cold pizza better than warm pizza. Like he prefers pizza from the fridge the next day. And I said, that's crazy. Like, I'm not saying that there isn't something to cold pizza out of the fridge the next day, but you can't tell me it's better than when you first got it. And then he goes, no, it is. Just like casseroles. When you refrigerate a casserole, the flavors marry more together. And I said, well, what about lasagna then? Because I was thinking, I was like, I eat leftovers cold. I usually don't heat them up very often. And I love cold lasagna because you get all the layers in one bite. And he goes, oh, no. And I was like, but that's like a pizza casserole. That's like your two favorite things that are cold. cold. And he's like, no, warm every time. And then I was like, well, I kind of prefer it cold because you get all the layers or whatever. And Kevin took that as I will bake my lasagna and then put it in the fridge
Yeah.
so it gets cold and then I will eat it.
Mhm.
No, I will eat it warm. I just like getting all the layers the next day.
Yeah, infinite cold lasagna. He's crazy, man.
That's not. It was just because this went on for weeks, and then Kevin was just like, "Yeah, Nick he cooks his lasagna and puts it in the fridge," and I was like, "Wait,
Yeah,
that's what you
he
thought I
does.
was doing this entire time?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like,
He
"No."
does. That's exactly what he does. He just made this whole elaborate story just to make you guys feel like he's not crazy.
Right.
So it's
During
it's a thing we ask every podcast.
Hey, man. I'm all for it.
Mr. J said, for the TMNT pre-release, his LGS did the guacamole marshmallow pizza.
How was it?
Oh,
Did you try it, Mr. J?
I would at least take a bite to see how it would. I don't think it'd be good, but
Infinite, I
Okay.
do not eat frozen chicken nuggets, but I am not going to lie to you and say that I haven't tried that before.
he doesn't eat them frozen. He heats them up and then refrigerates them.
and then eats them.
Correct.
No, no, no.
So at least he
But I
cooks
have
them
tried it.
first.
But I have tried a frozen chicken nugget before.
That's
It's not very good. I don't recommend it.
weird.
Okay, serious
You'd be
question. though.
curious.
Serious question.
Have you tried a dog biscuit?
Mm-mm.
I don't
Yes.
recommend it.
Yes,
You
I
tried
don't
that?
recommend it.
yes,
Just
I
like
have.
the dog, like the bone side or shaped
Yeah,
biscuits.
like the milk bone ones.
Yeah.
Yes, milk.
Yeah.
Bones. Yep,
Yep.
they're not good.
Don't
Not good.
God.
don't recommend it. It's not good.
I didn't know they were dog treats.
Oh,
no.
so did you eat yours on purpose to test it out?
Oh yeah, I did.
It was an accident.
It was not an accident. No. Yeah, I looked at it. I was like, huh, dog
I
likes
just
this.
thought. I just thought it was some kind of new cereal when I was a kid. All right.
Well,
Oh boy.
dude, I don't know if you grew up because I got the graham cracker Scooby snacks, and they look just like a dog's bone.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
Or the graham cracker Scooby snacks
Yeah.
now.
yeah.
And then they also made the same set for your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Infinite
They're not
prefers
good.
the pedigree event brand.
It's and I can tell you it tastes significantly worse not knowing it's a dog biscuit.
I bet. You're just wondering what it is.
No, I thought it was cereal. I thought it was gonna be like some graham cracker, like soft biscuit cereal. And like I don't know, my mom bought weird stuff from the grocery store, off-brand stuff all the time. And like my mom didn't give my dogs treats. She gave them shredded cheese from the bag.
Wait, but if
That
you
was
thought it was cereal, did you like pour it into a bowl and
No,
put milk
it was
into
like
it?
it was like one of those. It was just like I got home from school and I was like, "Oh, new cereal. Let me try it a little bit."
Oh.
Oh, and I went to my mom and I was like, "What is this new health cereal? Like, this is awful." And she's like, "What are you talking about? We don't have any cereal." And I showed her the other half of the milk bone, and she's like, "Those are dog treats." Oh God,
Yeah.
I'm so
You
fat.
gotta learn somehow, right?
I'm so fat.
Mr. J, you got an extra pack for it. No, Kelly.
No, my mom
For
would get so
pedigree brand.
my mom would get so mad at us because we would go and look in the fridge several times, and she'd be like, "You just looked in the fridge 5 minutes ago. Nothing magically appeared in there."
Right.
Yep.
Sorry, Mom. I'm just a fatty. I want food. That's not the puppy child the kids at school were talking about.
Well, chat,
Uh,
are there any other questions? Is there any questions you want to ask us? Oh, speak of the devil, Nuke's here.
Oh, Nuke is here.
What's up, Nuke?
Fire question, Nuke. When did you guys get started in Magic the Gathering? Do you remember the set you guys came into?
I came into Exelon. I made my first commander out of Atali, and he's my pride and joy. Unfortunately, it's not as easy to play on virtually, but it's one that I will try to play as much as I can in person. And it's just one of those decks where it's my first one, and I've built it so much that it's actually doing really well right now. I'd love it. So, excellent. So I think it was 10 years ago,
Nice.
like that.
When I first got into Magic, it was like I was in 4th or 5th grade, and I went over to my buddy's house, and we were playing with his older brother's cards, who was at college, and we were playing on the concrete next to the pool with them with no sleeves.
Mhm.
It was amazing, and we didn't know really how to play, but he had a black deck, and his like star card was Avatar Woe, and I had a green deck, and my star card was Avatar Might, and it wasn't a good matchup because he could just tap his Avatar Woe to destroy
Yep.
my Avatar Might, so it was
Yep.
very unbalanced. But through after that, like it kind of piqued my interest. I really liked the art on the cards or whatever, and I was into Pokemon. And we would go to the comic store on Fridays after we would, while we ordered pizza and wait for it to be made, we'd go to the comic store next door. And if I ever had money, I'd buy Magic cards, but I never played it until like 2010, 2008, sometime in between there.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, like, the most current set was Innistrad or something else. But then that's when I got back to building up a collection and learning how to actually play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Infinite Mana wants to know Rhystic Study or Smothering Tithe. What do you think is stronger?
Mm.
What's the mana cost of both of them? Smothering Tides is 4, right?
Smothering Tithe is 4 and Rhystic is 3.
Okay.
And they each require you to pay 2.
Yeah. But one creates treasure tokens while the other
Draws cards.
draws you cards.
And one cares about when your opponent casts spells, and the other one cares about when your opponent draws a card.
Correct.
Yeah. Did you know me so well, dude? I was actually gonna say Smothering Tithe.
Really?
Just because, like, yeah, card draw is great, but there's so many other things you can draw cards with. But the amount of treasure tokens you can make that generates you mana to play the cards you draw, I feel is a little bit stronger.
One turn of making 3 treasure tokens, you can basically play one of your turn 7, turn 8 spells.
Yeah.
I would honestly probably say Rhystic, just because I feel like your opponent's going to be casting more spells than they are drawing cards. So you will get probably more Rhystic triggers than you do Smothering Tithe triggers. So that's where I would say it's stronger. But I think, like you said, and when we're talking about your Muldrotha deck, and what you experience with your Muldrotha deck, I experience with my Phylath deck. I ramp so much. It's like, even if you do board wipe me, I'm so ahead in mana that I'm going to be able to replenish my board relatively quickly. So it's like, yeah, if I have all these cards in my hand, but do I have the mana to start playing them all? So I think it also goes a lot into how you build your deck. So I think if you can play Smothering Tithe and generate enough card draw for yourself so you can use those treasures, and spend them. But sometimes you just get so much card advantage and you just get your wins through drawing cards. through Ristic.
That is true.
But
And
if you don't have
Risk-
anything to like extend your hand size, you're having to discard every turn. Not every
Yeah,
turn,
but
like every. Yeah.
I think Ristic also the reason why it gets complained about so much is because it really only sees plays in bracket 4 and bracket 5, and you don't need a whole lot of mana to go for wins in those, and you just
Yeah.
need to see a lot of cards, and you just need to find your win cons as fast as possible. So I think Ristic is definitely way better the higher bracket you go.
So Nuke said bracket defines which one is worse for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nuke's the guy to talk to. That
Yeah.
guy, he makes spicy decks.
Infinite says smothering because even if they cast nothing, you get value. But then Nuke said turn order matters in everything. Oftentimes, mana isn't the bottleneck in higher power games. Yeah.
Yeah, but also like if your opponent's choosing not to cast anything just to deny you card draw, that's a win in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it hurts them just as much as
Yep.
it hurts you.
Yep.
Fine, don't give me card draw. Don't progress your board state. I'm cool over here.
Right.
It's definitely.
I guess I can see it. Each one having their place
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
whatever you want to do. Like if you're building a deck that you just want to draw to your win con,
That's
or if you have a big creature deck that doesn't have stuff that just pumps them out for free, having that extra mana source is super good.
Mhm.
Or the ability to just cast every single spell you ever draw, regardless.
You can starve a fish. Ristic Study lets you draw into answers, not playing spells for the rest of the game. Yeah. Isn't an option.
For sure.
Are there any other questions from the chat? Do you want to ask that new question that we started?
The new question.
What's the both of us or all of us? What is the most randomest thing you have on your desk?
Oh.
I mean, I have quite a few. My desk is super messy right now, but I have quite a few random things.
Choose one.
I have these cool little mini magic decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a legit Magic the Gathering deck. Thank you, Digi, for giving me these. But this one has Nicol Bolas.
Yes. That's so cool.
It's a legit.
Oh my
a
gosh.
legit deck. They're just tiny.
That's
like
cool.
for comparison.
Yes.
Order of the card.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a random thing. I have some shishi dogs because my wife's family is
No.
part Japanese, so
Cool.
got some shishi dogs for luck and luck in life and luck in financial stuff.
What about you, Nick?
I have a jade. Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
Nope. Either
He's
one.
holding
Go.
it. He's holding it.
A harmonica.
It's my harmonica that I don't know how to play.
Ah.
Nice.
And since you brought the Shishu dogs, I've got my little Buddha.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
This was my grandma's, and it's made out of ivory.
Oh, heck yeah.
Maybe this deck box with it's a precon that I disassembled. There's still cards in there, but then I taped this fish. You had a fish tank, and so it was like the stuff to clean the water. But I taped it to it so then I can put it on my desk, and it's the hold down the L when I watch lives to like the video. So it's like it's a pre-made tapper thing. I just
amazing.
lightly set it on the keyboard.
That's fantastic, dude.
Yeah. So whenever somebody's live, I try to do that. And then I got
Heck
gauze.
yeah.
I still got the gauze from last time. Just in case, you know.
Gauze bandage.
Yep, in case I get any paper cuts or hurt my fingers while gaming, you know.
You never know.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
RD, you missed it. You're gonna have to go back and listen to it on your way to work. RD was telling us he was on his way to work and listening to the Dig podcast.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, RD, you have any questions? I mean, we've been doing, magic stuff for not so long, but we've been doing magic stuff for a while, and I'm kind of an open book. Like, you ask a question, I'm gonna just, here's your answer.
Mm-hmm.
When do you get to play?
When do I get to play or Pathfinder? As in, like, when do you get to play with them?
V, you missed it. RD said in the live when we were playing earlier this week that he's in 100%.
Heck yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm excited. More Pathfinder games. I need them.
Mm-hmm.
Collect them like rings, like the Mandarin, or Laura Fleas. Not so. If you're into DC Comics.
Nope, I'm a Marvel guy through and through.
I am too, but there are certain comic book series of the DC Comics that just got me. Like the Batman Metal series.
Yeah.
Super good. Batman Who Laughs, all that good stuff. The Dark Multiverse. And then it's called The Blackest Night. It's all about the Green Lantern Corps. So Green Lantern, Yellow Lantern, Orange Lantern, Red Lantern, Blue, Indigo, Pink, White, and Black. And it's all about them. But my favorite is the Orange Lantern Corps, because they're the emotion they use to enact their ring is avarice or greed.
Cool.
And so there's only one, and his name is Lara Fleas. He's an alien, like a 4-armed, weird-looking alien, and their whole thing is mine. They want it.
Cool.
I should take back my comment. I'm more of an X-Men guy. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like an Avengers guy. I don't really like the Avengers too much.
The Marvel Knights for me.
Ooh. RD says favorite pizza joint and why? Thin crust or deep dish?
This is more of a local pizza joint. It's called Zebros or Zapponi's Pizza. Super good. They have a spicy barbecue chicken pizza. It's barbecue sauce, chicken, bacon, and jalapenos. So good. And I would say standard crust. I'm not into thin crust. I feel like it doesn't hold the weight of the pizza I like to eat. But deep dish sometimes is just too much.
You can't eat it like a slice.
Yeah, you have to eat it like a quiche. Almost.
Like a quiche. Like a casserole.
Yeah.
Like a lasagna. Cold. Infinite, my favorite is Gambit too. Fluffy wants to know if you could pick a MTG universe beyond, what would you want to see?
They kind of already did it with the precons. But I would love a fully flushed out Warhammer 40K. That would be phenomenal. Um, that would be one. I think Bleach, the anime. I think that would do really good. With like the different Soul Reapers and the Hollows and all that stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Um, Other than that, though, I mean, they're already doing, Marvel and stuff like that. Actually, if they did a more fleshed out Transformers, because I know they had the Transformers cards in
Yeah.
the Brothers War. If they did a fully fleshed out, I think that'd be pretty wicked. I have a Funko Pop of Unicron from
Oh, cool.
the 80s Transformers animated movie, the first animated movie they did.
Mhm.
Hot Rod, that would be sick.
I mean, with Ikoria Titan Breach or Kamigawa Titan Breach coming, I think
Kamigawa, yeah.
like Gundam, I
Ooh,
see a strong possibility, but also possible return of Transformers. So
yeah. Voltron, that'd be a cool one too.
Yeah.
That'd
what
be
about
sick.
Thundercats?
Ooh, actually, Thundercats would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Or see, and like now you guys are getting into like my old cartoon wheelhouse, because like, so my dad's Steve was a collectible toy dealer, so he had Gen 1 Transformers. GI Joe was like his big thing. Man, if they did a GI Joe set, I think that'd be sick.
So I was just thinking, what if they did
'Cause
a Transformers and GI Joe?
Yeah, like in the comics,
Mhm.
that'd be cool, man. Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Funny that your dad was a GI Joe collector, so was my brother.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't open them. He kept everything sealed and lost them all.
Oh,
Yes. So my dad had a bunch of sealed stuff, but he would also rebuild them, and not the 12-inch figures, but the 3 3/4 inch, the little action figures. I would help him rebuild those. So he would get a big bag of parts, and we'd be like, okay, this chest piece is okay. This back piece is okay. Here are the arms that are good, the legs that are good. We'll put a new O-ring on it and put all the weapons and stuff and sell them like that. And that was a lot of fun.
Did you have, or did he have the Humvee for the bigger characters? Do you remember that?
I do remember it.
I got in so much trouble all the time from stealing that from my brother's display on his wall on his shelves and taking it out to the backyard and playing with it. I get in so much trouble. I never stopped.
Yeah. So he didn't have that, but for the 3 3/4 inch, he had the biggest vehicle.
Oh, it's
It
sick.
was the USS Flag.
The ship.
It was the aircraft carrier. It was 7 feet long, 3 feet wide, and 4 feet tall.
wow.
Huge toy. Like back in the day, if you're buying your kid that freaking coffee table,
Here, son, here's your new coffee table for your bedroom.
Dang.
yeah.
Fluffy asked, which in-universe set are you most excited forward to that's been announced for 2027?
100% Kamigawa Titan Breach. 100%.
Go
For my wife, it'd be Noctis, because it, the underwater, that's some of the card arts, or not card art, but like the art that they showed looked like it was going to be like the underwater Bloomborough type realm. And she likes the cutesy stuff and stuff like that, so I was excited for her to maybe potentially want to collect more cards. But Kamigawa Titan Breach, I mean, one of my favorite sets was Champions of Kamigawa. because I was real into like in my personal life, you know, like I'm big into learning about old history, like
Mhm.
feudal Japan or um, you know, medieval Europe, stuff like that. I love old school armors and weapons and how they waged war and stuff like that. So I don't know why my camera's freaking out. But I think Titan Breach is going to be a lot of fun with like the kaiju
Yeah,
mech
Yeah.
it's so
dynamic.
fun.
It's going to be so fun.
I'm excited for that, but I'm also excited for Noctis because I don't think we've gotten a whole lot of like merfolk in past sets,
Mm.
and so I think there are going to be a lot of them in Noctis, and so I think that'd be really fun to see a comeback from them or for them too.
A full underwater plane.
Yeah.
There's not. This is going to be Magic's
Mhm.
first set without flying. We're going to see a new evasion mechanic. I think it's going to be an interesting set. Me personally,
Subnautica,
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
me personally, I mean, it's hard not to say Kamigawa Titan Breach. Like, it just seems like
Yeah.
it's just such a huge set with so many big things happening. But Zalfir is going to be so beautiful. The concept arts that they're putting out and the research that they're doing into like the culture and historical significance of stuff is really like cool to see the care they're taking. So I'm excited because this is a plane that has been mentioned throughout Magic's history
Mhm.
tons of times, but we've never been there. This is Teferi's plane.
Yep.
So this is also going to be a rich historical set for just Magic in general.
So
Right.
this is a new plane, technically, that like we're
It,
going to.
Old
Zalfir
plane.
is an old plane that has been phased out for centuries.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they have explained whether this is a new plane called Zalfir or the Zalfir plane has phased back in. I don't know if they've mentioned that yet.
Right.
Under the sea.
Maybe some
Under
new
the
devotion
under the
cards,
sea.
spirit armor / press.
You said the historical like cards or sets like Kamigawa, like for feudal Japan. Kevin, do you
Mhm.
have anything like that kind of draws you to a set?
Nope.
For me it's mythology, like Greek
Oh,
mythology, Norse
Mhm.
mythology. So I really like Kaldheim. I know Theros gets a bad rap sometimes, but I really like it. Um, that's my
nope. Not kind of mythology was too. I really liked the Kaldheim set.
yeah.
I loved the going up and reading books. The only book that I would really read is Percy Jackson because of the mythology. I loved it, even though it wasn't. I just really loved it, and so then yeah, going to Kaldheim and seeing that. Uh, Theros, I love Theros too. That was fun. I love the basic lands too.
Oh, Constellation Lands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, what I'm also excited for with Kamigawa, uh, the Ikoria creatures. I love counters. I love counters, and so if they're making more like put a trample counter on this creature and stuff like that,
Mhm.
oh, I'm so excited for that.
Wonder if Mutate is going to make a return.
Oof, that's a lot of mechanics.
Yeah.
Mutate plus all the mechs, whatever abilities they are. Sure, there's gonna be like a
Mhm.
transform. Probably be sagas that flip over to
A mech.
mech.
Yeah.
The story of them building it and why they had to
Uh-huh.
build it or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Dude. So like what's the movie again with the kaiju?
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Rim. It's basically Pacific
Fluff,
Rim.
Fluffy just mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Monsters versus robots,
Mhm.
essentially. And then the original kaiju, Godzilla. Oh, that'd be a.
They gotta bring that back.
That'd be sick if they bring Godzilla into
Yeah.
Kamigawa.
Wasn't it in
cool.
Ikoria? Or it was the...
Yeah. It was the Ikoria like box topper.
Yeah.
Was a Godzilla card. I have one of them. I have like Mecha Godzilla, I think, the hangerback walker.
Do you think they would bring King Kong?
I mean,
He
it's a
is part of
kaiju.
the. Yeah,
Technically.
yeah.
I mean, and like the rifts or the Omen Pass opening up, causing Ikoria to breach in. It's like the portal that is going to the kaiju world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And releasing monsters. So it's pretty fitting. Pretty fitting. Stuff right there, served up on a platter. But
Yep.
I mean, it's still like you said, we got the the Gundams that they could do, which would be really freaking cool.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool.
A lot of vehicles.
Yeah, my Shorkai deck's gonna
Yeah.
get some upgrades, everybody.
Yay for that. Well, guys, do we have anything last here before we let V go? He's got a vacation that he just came back from and he's got to go to work tomorrow.
Yep.
Ooh, the Power Ranger Zords. That would be cool too.
Yeah. I feel like they could have their own set with how many generations of Power Rangers there are.
Yeah.
Like OG, Turbo, Dino. They can go buck wild with Power Rangers if they wanted to.
Well, we did say that we were trying to keep these shorter, and we're now on hour 3. So, if you guys don't have any more questions, no,
don't be
it's
sorry.
fine.
Don't be sorry.
It's not a problem for us. It's we block out like these times for us, but we don't have a significant other in children, and so that's not something that we think of a lot when we're doing this. So we need to be more mindful of other people's time too. Thank you, Mr. J. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and
CJ, aka the Voraxxadus, thank you again so much for joining us. I mean, it's been great getting to know you through the games that we've been playing on live, but getting a chance to sit down and really getting to know who you are has been really awesome. So thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for thinking of me and inviting me on. It's been a blast.
Of course, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you everybody in the chat for joining us on this podcast episode. If you just arrived and you want to read or listen or watch the full thing, it'll be on our YT and the green app, whatever we want to call it.
The audio listening app. Yeah.
Exactly. Probably next week, but we're gonna have a new episode drop tonight, so go ahead and listen to that. Anything else?
Our new time is going to be 4 o'clock MST on Sundays. So for those of you guys who haven't had a chance to catch us on Thursday evenings, we're hopefully at a little bit more accessible time for everybody to come hang out. So thank you again for everyone for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.